Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our weekly Zoom Crossline Culture Call. I'm Shannon Shine, Pro 6 here in the Denver area. And joining me, as always, is my fabulous co-moderator, Patty Goolsby, also Pro 6 here in the Denver area. And we absolutely love bringing these calls to you with a new guest speaker each week to share their story, to help you to learn and to grow and to create what you want to create with your LifeVantage business. Because what does Eric Worre always tell us? It's the story that matters so much. And this call so epitomizes the unique culture we have with LifeVantage. Since everybody is welcome on this call and everybody is welcome, you know, that's how we are in LifeVantage. And let me share 2 quotes with you on culture. Culture eats strategy for breakfast every time. And then a culture is strong when people work with each other for each other, and a culture is weak when people work against each other for themselves. And we've got that strong, fabulous culture, and I'm super excited to see all of these faces, all these different organizations on the call. And Patty, I'm going to toss it to you to introduce our speaker, who I'm so excited that we have back again to share with us her wisdom. Patty.
Okay, thanks, Shannon. Well, I just want to say thanks again to Shannon for being the brainchild for this call. Amber, you have been a special guest on our call for a couple of times because you bring so much wisdom. So you guys, if you don't know Amber Swanson is a single mom. She is the mother of a daughter who is absolutely gorgeous. Her name is Presley, and she's a precious soul. Amber, I met Amber 7 years ago. We were at our first event at convention, or one of the elite academies in Salt Lake. And I remember getting off the airplane and seeing all these ladies, and we ended up hitting it off. And ever since then have become friends. And there's such a backdrop story to everything that had to have happened for all of this to work. Amber is a leader. She is a phenomenal coach and mentor. She knows how to do this business inside and out. She loves having fun. She's a no BS kind of girl. So don't give her BS because she's not going to take it from you, honestly. She started off in this business absolutely selling things off of the driveway at her house, and ended up becoming a 6-figure earner here in this LifeVantage, in this profession. She knows what she's doing. You guys, if you don't have a pen and paper, I'm giving you a couple of seconds to get one. You're going to want to take notes, because she knows the ins and outs of network marketing, and she knows how to do this. So, Amber, my friend, take it away.
Thank you so very much, Patty. Thank you, Shannon. I love that you guys do this call. I love that you bring the culture together. I love the quote about eating something for breakfast that Shannon said. That was phenomenal, made me laugh. But first, let me hand it back to, let's start with you, Patty. And same thing. I mean, 7 years ago in an airport, like thinking, we don't know anybody, this is kind of uncomfortable, are we going to meet people? And lo and behold, we find somebody just the same as us. And I say we because my mom was with me as well, but we find somebody just like us, hit it off. It's 7 years later, and here we are still together, like awesomely making money, having fun, living 5 minutes from each other now, which is super awesome. But I think you, my darling, are a phenomenal, phenomenal leader. You're a phenomenal leader of your team. Your people love you. You are the true epitome of a leader's leader. And really lead by example. And that's a huge thing that a lot of people struggle with, is leading by example. And you do that so phenomenally that if you are on the Zoom and you're on her team, like literally duplicate what she does. So, and funny enough, this is what we're going to be talking about today, is edification and duplication. Both of them. And so I hope even when people are introducing somebody else, that's a great time for you to be taking notes, literally, because what I have found is a lot of people don't understand edification. They don't know what it is. They don't know how to do it properly. And so I'm going to give you a couple keys here this morning of how to hit a really impactful edification and why it's so important. Jennifer, you're sideways, sister. I was digging it there for a second. I thought we were going to go around in a circle. But edification, let's talk about this. If you guys ever watched, and I always use Jay Leno because when I was first learning about edification, people would come out onto his stage on his nightly show and he would edify them so powerfully. I always use Jennifer Aniston as an example. Like Jennifer Aniston would come out and he would say everything she had ever done, from Friends to the movies, and how awesome she was and how fun she was, and on and on and on about these people. So by the time they hit his stage, you felt like you already knew that person. That person felt like they were a little bit elevated in the success that they had had. And so the same goes here in our industry. If we're putting people on a three-way call, on a launch call, if we're introducing them in a meeting or a hotel meeting or a Life Manage Academy or an Elite Academy, it's so important to set the people up that are going to be listening to the speaker and let the audience know what the speaker has accomplished, so they're not just listening to them like it's their next door neighbor, okay? So that they're listening to them from a place of, wow, they have accomplished all of this. They listen from a different space and they listen with a different ear, I'm telling you. So most importantly is when people don't know who the person is. And that would be something along the lines of a launch call or a home meeting or a hotel meeting, those type, Life Manage Academy, those types of things. The person who's getting up in front of the room needs to be the person that's being edified really well. And I'm going to tell you, if you can be the person to edify well, your business will move faster because your people that you've spent time getting on the phone and getting in front of whoever this speaker is, whoever it is, everybody has phenomenal qualities. But if you've spent that time getting that person on the phone, getting them on the launch call, or getting them in front of a hotel meeting, or getting them to the barn, or whatever it happens to be, they're going to listen so much differently if they know 4 key parts of this person. Now I'm going to go a little bit deeper here. And I know you guys didn't ask for this, but I'm going to go a little bit deeper into what to cover with edification, because Patty did it so well this morning. She hit all the parts. And the reason we do this is because all of people's brains work differently, okay? Somebody might want to know that you've made, or the speaker's made, a ton of money. Some people, write this down, some people want to know that this person has made money with the company. Some people want to know that this person is a ton of fun. Okay. And that you can expand on that. Okay. They're a blast to work with. They have, made me laugh hundreds of times, whatever that happens to be. Okay. They also want to know that the speaker knows the information. And if you can go back to even 5 minutes ago when Patty was edifying me, she did every single one of these. Okay. So there's 4 of them. So, and I've only done 3 so far. So there's money, people that want to know about money. I call those sharks. Okay. So the sharks want to know that the person in front of the room, or the person you're putting them on the phone with, knows how to make money and has made money. Okay. The dolphins want to have a ton of fun. Okay. That personality wants to know that they are working with somebody that's a ton of fun. Okay. The urchin is the person that wants to know all the information. They're a little bit probably more scientific. They probably want to hear about PubMed. They probably want to know that the person in front of the room knows all of the information. The last person is a whale, and that person likes to help people. Okay. So even by edifying and saying that somebody has grown an organization with, 5,000 people on their team, that lets them know right away that they've been able to help people. Okay. I use this shark, whale, urchin, dolphin all the time in my business. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And I know this is a little bit sidetracked from just edification, but I do, because everybody has a different personality. And I know some people do, a red, blue, yellow, green personality type stuff. I learned this animal one a long, long time ago. And so I've just implemented that into my business constantly. And it works perfectly for coaching and teaching edification. It works perfectly for even you knowing who you're talking to when you're sharing your information. Okay. So let's take it a little bit further. If you're sharing information with somebody who's a complete shark, and they are so super interested in the money. They want to see the earned income statement. They want to know what people are making. They're your shark. Do not talk to them about urgent business, okay? Do not talk to them about every single aspect of the science and every single thing else. They want to know about the money, okay? Same thing with edification. So if we're edifying 4 different types of people through one edification, we've hit every personality type in the audience. Everybody's listening from a different place. And edification literally is key. It's the act of talking highly of somebody and lifting them up. It is literally the key to getting your prospects to listen from a different place. I can't tell you how huge it is to edify. And let's even go one more step further. Cross edification is just as important. So once you're edified, cross edifying the person that edified you is highly important as well. Incredibly respectful. Let's the person's prospects know how you feel back about the person that introduced them to you in the first place. So, and cross edification works the exact same way as regular edification. But if you're not doing it, give it a punch, make it happen, and see what comes out differently. There's never too much edification that can happen. Literally, there's never too much. So if you feel like you're going overboard, you're probably not, and keep going. But it's huge, especially in our industry of letting people know who we're putting them on the phone with. Okay, let's flip over to duplication. I feel like they're like sister and brother, like edification and duplication. So let's flip over to duplication. And it's one of my favorite words in the network marketing dictionary. Yes, there is a network marketing dictionary. Hey, maybe we should make one of those. That's kind of fun. Okay, so duplication. I think a lot of people really want this to happen. And they want it to happen without duplicating their people, okay? Or they want it to happen with just that brand new person that got started, and they've put all the pressure in the world on this one brand new person that person needs to duplicate out through their organization. And maybe that person's not your duplicator. Maybe you need to go back to personally recruiting and sponsoring and find somebody who you're not forcing to be a duplicator, but that is a natural duplicator that wants you coaching them, okay, and walking them through the steps. Because at the end of the day, network marketing is we're moving people through steps. Bottom line, we're moving them from step 1 to step 2, and we are staying in phases. Phase 1, phase 2, I could do this Zoom for like 3 hours, but let's talk about the steps in taking people through incorporating duplication with this, okay? Say that somebody gets started and you did everything right, okay? You kept the conversation super simple. You got them on a webinar, or you got them to a home meeting, or you got them to a hotel meeting. They saw the vision. They're all in, okay? The first thing for us to duplicate with them is getting them a check as quickly as possible, which means getting them in front of their people as quickly as possible. If the person is giving you 40,000 excuses about why they can't get on the phone, why they can't talk to their people, which is ludicrous to me, I don't understand that, but let's just say they're giving you all these excuses why they can't do this. It's probably not the person that's going to duplicate for you. Stop putting all the pressure on this person to be the duplicator of your business, okay? And goodness forbid, I've heard a couple times people going, okay, well, I'm going to just recruit some more people and place them underneath them so that duplicates. No. Start a whole new line for yourself. Do not welfare somebody else your hard-earned prospects to try to get that person to duplicate. Make sure that you're just placing that front line to you and seeing if that's going to be your person that duplicates. Duplication is king or queen in this industry. If you can find somebody that wants to duplicate what you're doing, your learning curve and their learning curve is smooth sailing from there. Just make sure that you're working with the person who wants the help, the person who wants to learn step by step what you're doing. And those people are generally going to be your people that are going to rank advance faster, going to get a check faster, are coachable. And before ever even recruiting somebody, I literally have a coachable conversation with them. Like, can you be coachable? You know, is that something that you can do with your contacts and my knowledge? We can create a perfect store. Can you be coachable? And sometimes they don't know what that is, the same way that people do not know what network marketing is. Okay, if you're the person walking around saying, nobody likes network marketing, I guarantee you 85% of the world doesn't even know what this industry is. So if you're banking your success on 15% of people who you think don't like network marketing, you're crazy. There's my no BS, literally, okay? People don't know what it is. So you just got to explain. Same thing with coachable, same thing with network marketing. Can you be coachable? Can you understand that I've just done this a little bit longer than you? And what I'm here to do is help you succeed. So we're just going to take the steps to success, and I'm going to help you along the way. You give 100%, I give 100%. Does that sound like something that is workable for you? Okay, and then they can say yes or no. If they say yes, you're good. If they say no, you might want to rethink signing them up. Okay, but really focusing on that, get them a check as quickly as possible through duplication. That's going to be one of your key top points. Anytime anybody gets started, my first thing that I literally want done is I want them to have a check in their pocket before a pack ever comes, before anything ever happens. I know people can reach out and acquire a couple of customers or their jumper friend. I like to call it their jumper friend. Somebody's going to follow them in business. Somebody's going to do it. And they know that person. Have them on the phone. Get them on the phone with you and get that person started as quickly as possible. That's really how duplicating an organization. Then you get on the phone with that person and get them a distributor as quickly as possible. Hope all that makes sense. Let's talk about one more thing really fast, and we're going to talk about closing out the month twice a month, on the 15th of the month and on the last day of the month. Today's April 7th, so we're literally 8 days from the 15th of the month. And this is a technique that is important. And let me tell you, I'm just going to give you guys the inside scoop. Really why I ever started doing this was because everyone sat on their tushes from the 1st until about the 10th. And then they decided, oh, maybe I'll work starting the 10th through the 15th through the end of the month. And so I knew that if we could have production from the 1st to the 10th, at least the days that I felt like nobody was putting in the work or most people weren't putting in the work, I figured out if we close out our month on the 15th of the month and then we close out our month on the last day of the month, these people are closing out the people they've talked to from the 1st through the 10th. We can have twice as much production going on inside of our organization. I'm giving you little keys into like even the philosophy and the psychology about the stuff that I'm talking about today. So this is kind of fun. Hope you guys are having fun too. So that literally just doing that alone heightened our production by 30%. I'll tell you that right off the bat. I'm a numbers chick. I'm constantly in the back office. I love looking at the numbers. I love making sure we're growing. I love making sure that the auto ships are in place. Auto ships drive every residual check that comes to you. Okay. But just literally, and you could even do what's fun is you could even do a contest from the 1st to the 15th. I know Patty right now in her group is highlighting the people that are acquiring customers and distributors, and I love it because I love recognition. It's so huge. A lot of people will work for recognition more than they will work for money. Let me say it one more time. A lot of people will work for recognition more than they will work for money. Okay, ludicrous, crazy, yes, absolutely. But some of us just jive that way. So hitting that recognition piece is enormous. Okay, so let's just say that in May, coming right off of convention, that you put together something for your team from the 1st to the 15th of whoever acquires the most $100 plus customers, or whoever requires the most distributors, or whoever has the most people in front of the business. Something super fun. You will get your people working from the 1st to the 15th. And then guess what? That duplicates. And the next month, they'll start doing it without even an incentive. They'll just get it, and they'll see the numbers growing faster, and they'll think, wow, I'm not just going to sit here on the 1st or the 2nd or the 3rd, but I'm going to explode my business from the 1st to the 10th. I'm going to close out my people on the 15th. Anyone who hadn't made a decision in that first part of the month and the last part of the month before. And then once it comes the 31st, then you're golden again and you're not following up with so many people. Let's talk about the philosophy of your prospect following up with them and closing them on the 15th. They are not used to that. They're thinking, and most people don't know about the end of the month for network marketers that they don't even know anything about, but it throws people off guard if you're closing out the month between 14th and the 16th. They're thinking, oh, this isn't about her check that she needs to close me out before the end of the month. She literally just wants to help me make a decision in my business. So that's all. I know I went 21 after. I think I did good. So I'm going to hand it back to you, rockstar ladies. And I know you'll probably have some questions for me and you can answer those.
Okay. I totally have questions, so Patty. I'm jumping in. And Amber, as always, you're awesome. So wise, so knowledgeable. Question going back to the edification, you talked about the sharks, the dolphins, urchin and whale. When you are starting to talk to someone that you don't know, the person's been edified with all those different aspects. You're talking to a person you don't know what they are. So how do you go about figuring that out so that you are gearing the conversation the right way for them? Love
this. Ask questions. Always at the beginning, I'm building rapport, and it's like I'm interviewing them literally right off the bat. So I'm asking question after question after question. And a lot of times people like to ask you a question back because they think that's nice or they think that's what they're supposed to do. And I will answer their question with like a one-word answer and go back to asking them a question. Like, what would an extra $3,000 do for you and your family next month? I can tell if their eyes light up or if they're like, not much. And then I'm like, what sports do your kids play? And they're like, oh, soccer. And I have to stay late at work and I'm not able to go to their soccer games. And God, I really wish I could. And I'm like, oh, okay. Ding, 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 ding. But continuing to ask the questions, I'll ask, what do you like most at work? Or what do you like to do in your spare time? Just anything to try to get to know them better, because A, their pain is coming in the answers, and B, I know where to handle and take the conversation from there. Perfect. I got it. Patty, go. I got more coming, but go ahead.
Well, I know you do. And I think that was really good because I know Amber's really good about asking questions. Well, I have a couple of different ones. So I'll go right into duplication. When you say moving through the steps, phase 1, we need to get them a check as soon as possible. I totally agree with that. What do you tell the person that is truly, they're just stumped. They're like, what do I do? Do I show the ABC primetime? What do I do next? How many follow-ups do I do? Because I feel like that's a piece where people are getting stuck. They show the ABC primetime and then they just vomit everything on them. And they can't take it back soon enough.
Can I be candid and totally raw and real? I hate that we don't know this part. I hate that we don't know what to do after that. Hate with a capital H. You guys that are watching this Zoom are probably like, oh, she just went rogue. I'm being so raw and honest. I hate this part, okay? I hate that people are like, so-and-so's doing this and so-and-so's doing this and this is working for so-and-so and on and on and on. My first and foremost nugget for you is be yourself, okay? That's my first and foremost. Be yourself through the whole conversation, through the whole thing. Take deep breaths, breathe, and listen, okay? Listen to the person. That's my first nugget for you. Now, my second nugget for you is the person who talks the less makes the most money, okay? So whether you're showing the ABC primetime, whether you're showing the opportunity video or the product video or the I wish I wish everything was streamlined as much as you guys do. Okay. I am no different. I wish the same thing, but no matter what you're showing, use that as step one. Okay. Now, step two is to get them in front of somebody or something else. Your job is not to talk. So no matter what you're sharing, no matter what you're showing, your job is not to give all of the information. Your job is to get them in front of somebody or something else. Okay. I'm personally digging the launch 60 calls because I feel like I can have, I feel like it's the bridge of them vomiting all over their people and people not showing up to meetings. That's what I feel like right now. I've done a couple of them. I did one last night. I did one the night before. I have some scheduled for next week. I feel like it's for a brand new person that I can say, even after that, after they're showing the video, if that's what they want to do, okay, if they want to show the video first, I feel like it's like, let's get these people on a 10-minute call where they can listen to me, not you, not in a rude way, but somebody who's done this a little bit longer than somebody who's brand new that I know is going to vomit the information all over them. And let's get them on the phone immediately, giving them more information. So like step one would be a video. You choose whatever you like, okay? Step two would be a launch call. Or let me give you some options. Step two would be a three-way call. Step two could also be, and I may make you guys totally freak out right this second, but step two could also be a three-way message inside of Facebook Inbox Messenger. Okay, I'm not waiting on a Wednesday for somebody to be off work and have time on Saturday to talk to me. I want to talk now, and most people can inbox message, whether they should be or not, at work. So get them on a Facebook inbox three-way message on Facebook and talk that way. Okay, they can get a little bit more information. They can start from their excitement right there. I don't want to take somebody's excitement and wait 3 days for them to talk to somebody else. That's where people end up vomiting. So don't vomit. Just take your people through steps. Step one, watch a video. Step two, get them on a launch call or get them on a three-way call. And really, it's so important for that step because it's so much harder to get somebody from a video to a meeting. It just is, you know, and it works for some people, great, fabulous. But the person that's like, I get off work at 6, I got to feed my babies, we got to go to soccer, we have bath time, blah, 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 blah. I can't do anything until 3 weeks from tomorrow. Cut the process down, like make something up and figure it out. That's hence why I like the little Launch 60 conference call. I like getting them on the phone. I don't have enough results right this second to tell you it's a hit. And yes, it works for everybody. But I can tell you that on most launch calls, there's been 7 to 20 people that just imagine for a second that you're exposing 7 to 20 people once or twice a night. That alone gives me the goosebumps. It's more than what I was being able to share in front of on a nightly basis in a home meeting. And I worked for 30 minutes. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Question that you just brought up about people being super busy, and I'm veering to totally a different area, but Jennifer Smith was asking this question. For a single mom, you know, what would you say, you know, crazy busy, working parent, what would you say to inspire or attract them to seeing that what we have is more than just selling product, to sit down and take a good look at this for building a big legacy income?
I could go a couple different ways with this. I had to think about that there for a second. I really, truly think, I'm just going to go for my gut. I really, truly think you got to tell a story. You have to tell a story, whether it's my story or somebody else's story. You've got to let them know that somebody else has made this happen. That sounds a little, I'm just gonna be honest, sounds a little narcissistic right this second, but I am being totally candid with what I would do. I would share a story. I would let them know this is possible, because when they're a single mom, not only are they thinking, I'm drowning, I'm tired, I wish I had help, I wish I had another check coming in my house, I wish somebody else would do the bath tonight, I wish somebody else would drive my kids to school, wish, but they need to hear something of somebody, and they don't need to hear it from that person. It doesn't, I don't need to be the one telling them that, okay? But they need to hear a story, even if it's not just a single mom story. They need to hear stories of success inside our company. You figure out what the dollar amount is that they need coming in their household per month, and you tell them a story, any story, a single mom story, a person who, you know, down and out needed $500 extra a month. You tell them that story, okay? Get them feeling the power of what could be possible. And God forbid, please do not shove product and PubMed down their throat, unless they're completely a scientific person. This person, the person that you described to me, is tired and worn out and feels like there's no way out. They feel like there's no options. They feel like they're going to do this for the rest of their kids' lives. They feel shameful and they feel guilty. The story will make them feel love.
Wow, I love that. That goes like beyond. That creates more than a picture. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, paint that picture. Be the best artist you could ever be.
Okay, like we always hear, as in always. Okay, we could go on and on and on. It's 9:31. I want to respect everybody's time, but Amber, you have completely filled this with such important information. I want to encourage everybody to listen and re-listen to this Zoom. Amber, you've again, above and beyond, as always. Thank you so much for speaking with us today. Patty, I'll toss it back to you.
I'm in agreement with Shannon. I could listen, and there's so many nuggets that you threw out. You guys, if you're wondering why this business is about passion, I think you could see it and read it. I know I felt it in Amber's eyes. I have goosebumps. I got chills. I have tears in my eyes, because that's what we are missing conveying, is the passion, the edification, the duplication. That's what we need. And that's what we're here to share with others. This call, I was thinking about this morning. A lot of people won't do a Zoom call like this. They're not comfortable doing it. And that's why when Shannon brought this up to do this, it was important, because it has kept all of us in the game. You guys, this is a profession. It's not something we do on the side. It's our livelihood. And that's what Amber just brought to you, was live and raw and real. And Shannon, I want to edify you for a second here, because without this Zoom, over a year and 4 months ago, you know, things have completely changed since then. And I can see why this Zoom has been so important to so many people getting on every single day. They may not be getting in someone's home, but they're getting on this, and it's giving them the fuel to go through the weekend and do this on a part-time basis to earn some extra income and change thousands of lives. So I just want to say thank you. Amber, absolutely amazing. You guys, I know we're running short on time. Have a great week. Convention, honestly, non-negotiable. Next week, Dave Fleming is here at the barn in Colorado. You guys, that's a must. Getting to convention, it can be a game changer for you. It really can. So thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Mwah.
Bye, everybody. Thanks.